Oh, I'm gonna wake up a second here. I need a drink of water. You been drinking water? Here. Got it? Cut this out. I gotta get there. Alrighty. Here we go. Oh my goodness. I look wiped out. Hi. Welcome to my tube, my tiny little dwindling tube. My name is Marge. I'm a Hale empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I think it's important that people get good at communication. I think it's important that people start talking about how they feel instead of stuffing it and stuff, because man, the alternatives to that are just detrimental. They're bad for your health, man. So, and if you aren't around people that are willing to listen to you and be there for you when you need them, you might want to find a new crowd. That's all I gotta say. So, I found out I threw a tantrum this morning and put on my Facebook page. I deleted it, but I was mad. I was hurt, man. I was like, oh my, this is probably, I don't know, I've had big stuff happen to me before, but it's been a number of years. A lot of stuff happened when I was really, really young, but nobody cares. It's just more stuff that people say I gotta get over, and I did. But, losing Jessica, she's 9 years younger than me. She's 39. She just turned 39 September 5th. Benny, get up there. I'm going to lose my freaking mind on you. Get up here. Now. But it occurred to me, you're on Facebook, you share your lives with people and stuff, and then people unfriend you because they don't like you and think you're a weirdo or whatever. But, I thought it was really interesting because I posted pictures before, of like mom, and plenty of people see, right? And I understand how the algorithm works, and and people use different interfaces. I'm quite proficient in technology and how fallible and dumb it is, but I just thought it was interesting because I've been posting so much stuff about it, and not one single person that I've known for like any amount of time. Not one single person freaking reached out. And that I've known for years, not one single person. Every single person that sent me a message was somebody that she knew offering their condolences to me, but nobody I knew. I'm just like, it's just, you find out, everybody's going to find out how alone they are in this world. The thing of it is, it's going to hurt that much more because some people find people that'll go with them along in their path, but something's going to happen, It always does. It always does. You find out who the people that care and who just don't. And mostly people on the planet don't care. They don't. They're too busy doing what they want, living the best version of their lives. I was talking to a guy at the park the other day. That's why I titled this WatchUr Words. Because I was telling him about the other night, and I had a rough night, and Tucker was up, and I was just like, man, I get frustrated sometimes. I don't know what to do with it, And he said, careful what you wish for. Because I was like, well, I guess I can't ever hang out with the fun guy until, because I can't do it around the dog. Anyway, I don't need to get into it, but he's had experiences with his dogs, and he's expressed his frustration with them, and just be like, got so mad at him, he said, if I had a gun, I'd probably shoot you right now, to him, or something like that, right? And then his dog somebody shot his dog. And so, People don't understand the power of the weight that people have in words. And I get people, oh, it's spelling. People give their, no. I know a lot of people that use their words for manipulation. That's every marketing executive that ever exists. Every marketer, every advertiser, every those are all people that use words for manipulation to get people to act and feel a certain kind of way. Right? You know? You got these rich people, man. They don't have good ideas, but they have the money to implement stuff. You know? I saw that there's big Ian affected a lot of people. The Hurricane Ian in Florida. I know someone who lives in Fort Myers. I sent her a message yesterday saying, I hope you're on vacation. I really do. I haven't seen anything or heard anything, but I posted stuff on her page before and haven't gotten a response until sometime later. So Godspeed, man. Everybody's going to get their chance, you know, but people are so out of sight, out of mind. I think about that all the time because I live in freaking Taos, New Mexico, and I think about the amount of resources, energy, money, because I'm like 2 hours north, 2.5 hours north of Albuquerque, you know. I'm like, it's just like, we're a blip up here. We're like, you know, they got skiing for the pretentious, you know, the seasonal skiers for the pretentious, you know, all those people that just like to hop from place to place all over the world, just living the best version of their lives. I wonder all the time, what do you do for other people? You know? I mean, how many people like can't say that they've given a stranger $100 bill on the street? Somebody that can do how many? I mean, all these people that have so much. I mean, how many people act that way? On all this Ian stuff, I saw these trucks. They're all ready. They're all ready to go in and help. They're gonna go in and rebuild and help, right? And I think, you know, I mean, it's fleets of these like electric trucks with the buckets and the you know, to just go in and they're just really ready to help. And I think, why don't they have those resources that go up into like the mesa and put freaking electricity out there? You know, the places, you know, why does it always have to be a catastrophe to people come together and open their wallets? Why can't they just do it to get people to where they want to be? You know why? Because they're withholders. People withhold. They withhold. They think if I give anything to anybody else, that's less for me. Look around how many people think about that. There aren't really a whole lot of generous people on this planet. And all those that call themselves philanthropists and stuff like that, name one single person. I challenge anybody at any time to name one single person that has ever been helped and been in a bad position and turned into a good position by means of any nonprofit organization that exists. One person. I just want one. Just one that this nonprofit came in and they don't exist to help people. Governments don't exist to help people. They pay themselves to say, we're going to help you, but then they don't answer their phones. Their email is freaking subpar, so half the times they don't even get their email, so they're not going to respond to you. They're too busy to take freaking appointments because they're out there raising money so that they can buy more letterhead and all that stuff, and it never goes to the people. And now there's this great shift because we're going to see it. We're going to see it. We're going to see. People are playing too much. They're playing way too much, and now here come the consequences. Here come the consequences. So I guess in a couple weeks I'll be going to Phoenix. I'm going to go down. It'll just be a quick trip. I'm going to fly down Saturday and freaking just do a marathon. I'll get there about 1:30 and then be back the next day. So I'm nervous because this is the longest I haven't left mom this long in a couple years, but I gotta go because I don't think anybody else from my family from on my father's side is gonna represent. So it's gotta be me. I want to see where she worked, and I'm more open-minded than they are anyway. They're kind of you know, and I want to know what her life was really like, and I'm already getting glimpses, and talked with her best friend today, and I found out her best song, her favorite song of all time. Because I'm like, man, I was so sad. I was one thing I was kind of, I'm like, I don't even know what her favorite song is. And her best friend messaged me this morning, and out of nowhere, she said her favorite song was, I uploaded it. I uploaded it today. It's by the Moonshine Bandits, and it's called the Dive Bar Beauty Queen. Yeah, and it sounds a lot like her. And if you get a chance to freaking listen to it, it's got a, it's about just right. So and she's real good at pool too. I guess she liked to run the table a lot, you know. She's real good at it. I tried to be, and that's just stuff that I was never good at, you know. Because I'd start drinking, then I just wouldn't want to play anymore. I just want to go around and talk to people and stuff like that. So I'm finding out more and more how much alike we were. We were really a lot alike. But I thought about other people, you know, like these life experiences happen, you know, and it doesn't matter. I mean, you could wonder imagine what it's like. You know, careful what you're imagining, you know, like having to face this reality and then it happens. You know, it never prepares you. All the imagining in the world, it will not prepare you. I got that day before yesterday for my sister because she went by 6. So, I think I'm going to have the 6 done red because that was her favorite color. But I don't know, because I'm not really a fan, but we'll see. As I said here, talking to you in my red hat. I wear things that I don't like just to make it more comfortable, so I'm not, you know, so rigid in my way of being and thinking. So, anyway, I was listening to, he used to be a Chuchabada, and now it's Adam again. He's back to Adam. It's so funny, man. People just like, I see their patterns. I remember listening to his talks when he just went to a Chuchabada after he dipped his foot in his freaking Hare Krishna stuff, and now he's like, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. Retract. Just kidding. You know, people don't stick to nothing, you know. They don't stick to anything. They don't. There's not like longevity in things, you know. That's why I think that so many YouTube channels don't last, because people have the attention span of a gnat, you know. And I swear I thought I heard him something about like, and plus I'm glad I'll be able to smoke weed again, but I didn't hear it like all the way, so I'm not going to say that's what he said, but I'm like, if that's a reason to leave your religion, oh my God, you know. But, you know, how much can you really, because he's got like a freaking $40,000 Jeep too, you know, because his wife let him buy one, and it's just like, okay, all right, in the spirit of just how energy works, you know, and how generosity and sharing, if you have, this is how I look at it. If I have $100 and I keep $49 for me, because my birthday's 4/9, and I give 51% away to somebody else that needs it, because there's always somebody that is in more need than me, then that keeps me the right size. And you got all these people with these freaking inflated bank accounts, but they never put it in people's hands. They don't do things that actually help people. They do things that give them tax breaks. They do things that gets them acknowledged at fancy dinners and things like that. And people are going to find out, man, everybody's going to get their check. You think Ian's bad? This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. The thumbnail to my video is the crap that they're spraying in the sky in New Mexico today, this morning. I mean, all this crap, I mean, and nobody's stopping them, so they're just going to keep doing it more and more and more, because people aren't doing anything to get them to freaking cease and desist all their freaking nonsense, you know. And now here come the holidays, so people will be distracted with that freaking fake bullshit paradigm. And then you have football season, so people are going to get distracted with that freaking energy suck, you know? You got all these people that are they're just stuck in their ways, and they're not trying to do anything different. Nothing. Because they're completely content with how things are. Because why would they do things different when their lives are all how they set them up to be? Why would they want to do anything to make themselves uncomfortable to help anybody else? You know, they'd rather spend like millions of dollars, billions of dollars on the entertainment industry, which is extended to Washington, D.C., because every politician is a very bad, overpaid actor. Every single one of them. I'm not going to freaking allow somebody designate what I need to do with my life and how I live my life that can't even change a fucking tire, that doesn't even do their own laundry, they're not even real people. They're not real people, because real people live real lives, and they don't go around trying to freaking squander and siphon and freaking... Dude, there's so many people in this country that don't have a place to live, and they keep sending billions to Ukraine. Hey, Ukraine. Hey, Ukraine. Ukraine! And all you bleeding hearts for Ukraine. I'd rather have affordable housing. And down in Albuquerque, man, there's freaking people shooting people, killing. Santa Fe, Taos here, there's people stabbings, freaking shootings, you know. They're not taking the drugs off the streets. They're not working hard enough. And you got all of these freaking police that are just getting freaking bigger and bigger in their uniforms, and their buttons and their shirts are just getting pulled apart because of all those free meals and all those free donuts that they got, and all those freaking $80,000, $90,000 SUVs that our tax money have bought them so that they can just drive around and not do really much anything at all. Yeah, because people that are morbidly obese, you ain't working hard. You know, because working hard is moving and getting your heart rate up, you know, for extended periods of time. And people that are that grossly morbidly obese, you ain't doing that. So you ain't working hard. No, you're not. So take them out of their SUVs, put them on the beat, get them out there and talk to them. The detective that I had to talk to about my sister's accident, man, they're fucking spare parts. They're spare parts. Jessica's boss found me in 10 minutes from her Facebook page. 10 minutes. From the time it was like she looked at her Facebook page, found me on Saturday night. It took 10 minutes, and so Sunday the next morning, I called the detective, but he didn't find me. He didn't find anybody. You know? They don't even try. And they talk about their database, you know. Supposedly, you guys have the greatest. If I had the resources that they had, I could find out who the real bad guys are. But see, they're all protecting the real bad guys. The perverts and the creeps and the freaking, and they're everywhere. And how freaking morbid is it that people are glorifying Jeffrey Dahmer? See, people are playing. They're freaking got it twisted. You don't understand. All this morbid way of thinking, all of this living for self, that is why the world is going the way. That's why all those freaking punk-ass little bitch kids out in freaking Philadelphia went into that store and freaking robbed the place. These kids were like 12, 13, 14 years old. Where are their parents? And you know what? Their parents would probably do the same thing and stick up for them, and their little preciouses can't do anything wrong, and that ain't going to change nothing. See? You know, people don't have no kind of accountability at all. This freaking woman said today, she messaged me and said she was supposed to come over. She fucking drinks all the time. She fucking drinks all the fucking time, you know? And it's like she says she's going to come over, and then she doesn't come over. And I never planned that she's going to come over. And then sometimes she shows up when I don't want her to. And the last time she was so freaking blitzed, she even called one of her friends so her friend could stop by where I live to see her. And I'm just like, really? So she messages today because she was supposed to come over on Tuesday, 2 days ago. But I said, it's not a good day. I just found out my sister passed away. Right? So I said, it's not a good time. So, or no, that was Saturday or Sunday. And then And then I said Tuesday would be better, and then heard nothing from her on Thursday. That's how it went down. And then so Tuesday comes and goes, don't hear nothing. Wednesday comes and goes, don't hear nothing. Thursday, get a message. I'm so sorry, I'm so busy. I went camping. I'm so busy, I went camping. Okay. I said, she's like, how about I come over Saturday or Sunday? I said, that's fine. But as long as you've been drinking, I said, but don't come over here if you've been drinking, because I don't want to be around that. And she had the audacity, Ma. She had the freaking audacity to say to me, this is how she responded to that. I asked you what day would be better for you, Saturday or Sunday. I didn't say one word about one drink or anything on that situation. Well, here's another funny story. I saw that same woman on Monday. Okay? Saw the same woman on Monday at the grocery store. A grocery store I don't ordinarily go to. Maybe it was Sunday. I think it was Sunday. And I was walking out and she was coming in and I knew her. So I looked right at her. She's like 10 feet from me and I was about to say, how funny that I'm running into you because I never come here. She looked right at me. She was so wasted. And it was like 11 o'clock in the morning. And she was so wasted. Her eyes were all glazed over. She was just looked so miserable, so sad, so pathetic. And see, she doesn't even remember seeing me. So that is what preempted mine. And then she gets all put off. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's what drunks do. And I'm not talking about people that can have a drink. I'm not even talking about the functioning alcoholic. I'm talking about the people that drink like I do. The people that don't care about anybody. And these are the people that are running the country. You want to know why freaking the president and the freaking speaker of the house and all these people are freaking and they don't make any sense and they're irrational? It's because they've been drunks for 50, 60 years and now they got wet brains. And that's just what happens. Right? But everybody else around. And I know this because I've been a drunk. I was a drunk for 13 years. And then I was sober for 14. Then I went back out and drank for 7 months. And I had another moment of clarity that this life is not just for me. And we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And we get to keep redoing this stuff over and over because time don't care. Time don't care. And you just get to keep having the same experiences until we learn to not live in a selfish way just for us. That's all it's about. We're supposed to be this custodians on this earth. We're supposed to do nothing but take care of the people and the animals and the planet. And then you got these weird, twisted, freaking creepy, perverted, freaking machismos, women too. Because when I speak in terms of energy, I'm not speaking in terms of genders. Energy. The controllers. Do as I say. I'm not going to do as I say, but you do as I say. Yeah, it's everywhere, man. Every big city's all turning to crap. You know, the infrastructure's dissolving everywhere. And yet they charge so much for people to live in their houses. But you know what? How long? Look at Ian. All the freaking construction and stuff. So why don't they just make sure people have places to live? Why does everything always have to revolve around money? Why can't we just, if you're, as long as you are alive on this planet, shouldn't that be a ticket to freaking some kind of security? No? I mean, I think as human beings, we should everyone should have the right to shelter and things like that, I mean, we're paying for your freaking, all these politicians and bureaucrats. Now even in these, now they want to, you start buying these electric cars in these small freaking towns and stuff like that. Dude, people are pissed. They will start to retaliate. They will. Because people are already backed in a corner. And now you see all these other people playing so much. Why do you get to play? I work hard. Why do I have to watch all these bureaucrats that they have no sense of urgency with anything at all ever? I mean, in Taos, they're exceptionally freaking shallow. They don't have good ideas, you know. And political science, it's a reindeer game. Look how many of these politicians have political science degrees. It's a made up degree. Everything is a club. Everything is a club. We need to get the people that are in the club out of the club and make new clubs that are a little bit more inclusive. Yeah, that's what I see happening. But first, you know, I guess evidently freaking the poles have to flip. We got to have freaking blasts from the sun, you know, bit by an asteroid. You know, millions of people are going to have to die before freaking people start coming to these realizations that it's like, oh my gosh, we can actually take care of people without freaking... There is enough for everybody, really? But it's the ones on top that don't let it trickle down. It's them. It's them. I for one, I don't care what happens. I really don't. You know, me and Mom are together. The dogs are together. Even if something happens and we get all wiped out all at the same time, you know what? We lived our life true. And I've been a decent, honest person the whole time. And I might have let life, you know, taint me a little bit and make me crabby and grouchy. But it hasn't taken the smile off my face. It hasn't jaded me to the point that I can't believe in goodness anymore. And I would like to see the earth change without all this stuff, the bad stuff but people don't do things just of and by themselves. They don't. Things have to get bad before people change. I've seen evidence of it for 48 years. So people will get their evidence, and then we'll see if they change. Everybody's going to get their chance. You don't get to ride this ride without freaking, you know, skinning a knee or... Oh, and all this education stuff, man. It cracks me up when people that just have, they don't have any life experience, but their mommy and daddy took care of them, and then they went to college, and then they met their spouse, and then they, you know, they get to do, you know, live their dream while they're supported by this person and this person and this person, and everything they've ever learned psychologically or, you know, whatever field they're in is all because of a book they read, determined, you know. So their truth is based on something that somebody else told them. All that stuff is silly to me. I don't acknowledge those people. It's why my world is so small. I was watching people today out and about today. I went around and I was looking at a couple places for me and Mom to move to. And I just look at people, and people are just so vacant. They're just so shallow. You could just tell there's like nothing in there. It's like, hello, are you a real human being in your Tesla? Are you a real human being in your Rubicon fucking $47,000 Jeep? Are you a real human? What is the greatest thing you've ever done for another person? And then I listen, and they're like, well, I donated to this nonprofit, or I worked in a soup kitchen, or some bullshit freaking minimalist crap like that, you know? People just don't have very good imaginations, and I wonder how they get so much abundance when they're really just... They know how to act how people want them to act. I think that's what the deal is. I think that's what, you know, it's like, if I act how people want to act, I get the reward for... Well, see, I don't do that. I don't act how people want me to act. I will never act. And I'll feel it. If someone would be like, oh, Marge, please don't say that. Please don't say it. Bleep! That's probably going to be the thing that I say. So, hey, Pete, hey, Landed 10. Yeah, man, Florida, and then you get all these different, because we live in a all things possible, multi-universe, and for every reality, there's a reality just for that. Yeah, you see these, well, oh, it wasn't that bad, and then you see them flying over. And you know what the thing of it is? You know what trips me out? It's like hurricanes every year, and this stuff happens to places every year, right? I don't fucking live in Florida because of fucking hurricanes. That's solely the reason why I would never live in Florida. I moved from Oregon because I had a dream a lucid dream where the water was rising in Salem and I knew it was ocean water. Okay? So I strategically live in places. I didn't like Omaha because they had tornadoes all over the place. You know? At least here in New Mexico, we got monsoons. Snow sometimes. But if tornadoes aren't common, doesn't mean that they could never happen, but they're not common. Alright? We're 7,000 feet up. Not quite to where the continental divide is. So, I do everything with the strategy, you know. So all these people that have made the conscious decision to live in Florida, and if you're surprised that frickin' when your communities are wiped off the map, let me explain to you what a hurricane is, because maybe you didn't get it and they've been around for a long time. And they don't care about our plans in life. Nature, whether it's man-made freaking weather warfare that they've been doing for years and years, I like to call hurricanes bowling for the elite. I've noticed that ever since I was a little kid, like in my teens. I'm like, they put them just like in the most, you know, everything's. It's just like how are people surprised? I mean, how are you surprised? You know, you live in cities like Chicago and you go out at, you know, and you go in places that are dangerous and bad things happen. How are people surprised? You get caught up in drugs and alcohol and freaking hang out with a bunch of freaking, you know, shady characters and something bad happens to you. How are you surprised? You know? I mean, people just... I get surprised when freaking stuff happens with me and stuff, but shoot, I don't go looking for it and go frickin' to the places where it frickin' is known to go down. Right? Anyway. I threw a tantrum this morning and frickin' was... you know. I don't know what I'm doing either. I'm trying to get through life without hurting people. You know, everybody knows hurt people hurt people. I have been using my energy wisely though. So I haven't been hurting too bad, you know. I don't want to be more what the same of the rest of the freaking crap that's on this planet. Look around at how many people are freaking miserable, so they make people miserable. I don't want to be one more of those. I'm trying not to be. Trying not to be. Oh, what's that? So, if anybody's around the Phoenix area on the 15th in Glendale, it's north. Stop by Skipper's and if you got a story about Jessica, that'd be right if you stopped in and told it. Oh, that's sweet. I just got a message. That's what I said. I said something this morning and it was just really rude and then I deleted it and then freaking... Yeah, I gotta find out. I gotta see. Hold on just a sec. I gotta find out what time she was born. But, I don't know. Everybody gets their chance. See, that's the thing. That's how I've always looked. Well, not always. I looked at it like, because I remember I've lucid dreamed my whole life, and I look at dreams as our spirit in higher dimensions, right? So when you're in a higher dimension, you can be in the past, you can be in the future, you can be in this present time in different places, you can be in the past in different places. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on and on, as far as the kaleidoscope can ripple. And so I understand how, or when that's the song that freaking makes my head derail. From she was in a lot of pain, and there's a lot of people in a lot of pain, and I'd like to help people, see that you can live a joyful life, even with freaking hardships happen all the time, and the best thing that I've ever learned was just how to be in the present moment. Just how to be where my hands are. I understand it's important that you got to plan for things that come up tomorrow, but my higher power creator, I call it God, good orderly direction, Just try and not just do the right thing. If you see somebody needs help them. Don't talk trash too much about people. Don't eat too much, don't do too much to cause harm to your soul sack. That's what I call the body. And things turn out pretty okay. But there's so many people that like to hurt and hinder and cause just harm, man. I never understood that, because had I been hurt so much, I don't want to see nobody else get hurt. I don't want to cause that to anybody else. I did get a message from my buddy today that I went to high school with. He's got, and I understand that everybody is going through something. Most everybody on this planet is going through something, and if people aren't, I just feel like there's more that they can do to step up to help those that are, because everything ebb and flows, and you might not be going through something now, but you're gonna have your chance. I guarantee it. That's what I said. I was like, well, evidently I said, nobody I know freaking sent me one message. I said, I better work on being a better person, because what kind of crappy person am I to be held in such low regard? But that's one of my things, when I set up my life according to my Akashic records, and we go and we pick out our experiences. Okay, this is going to be my experience, and I'm going to have this cosmic relation with this spirit and this spirit and this spirit, and we're going to share these experiences together, and we're going to share this one and this one and this one. It's like a library where you go in and you check out a life. I used to wanted to do a TV series about that, where people went in and they went into their a spirit went in, and in this life they lived this Akashic record, and these were the life lessons that they learned here, and then they died, and then the next week they come back and they live this Akashic record, and this is the life experiences that they needed to have in order to get to the next step. And what happens is you incarnate more and more and more as you grow closer to spirit, or you grow closer to ego. And ego is just either way, either route you go, you end up in the same place. Just source. I think just some people impede their progress a little too much, But it's just the beginning. Just now, things are just gonna get crazier. And then with all the veil thinning in October and stuff, with all the spirit stuff, people need to not be afraid of spiritual stuff. They really don't. They don't. Fearful people draw things that they're afraid of, So try not to freaking, your thoughts, your words, careful how you use them. We have the potential to make these things happen.